Hey y'all, it's Adia, and I'm excited to be back here with you for video 3 of our Kit Jumpstart mini series. And so far, you have been introduced to some concepts regarding building your business. First of all, starting with building yourself, starting internally, starting with building your confidence. And look, I get it. This is not an overnight journey. This is definitely something that can take some time, especially if you are coming from a place of lower self-esteem, or you've maybe come from a really hard situation. But the reality is that when we build our mind, we build our future. You design your future based on what happens in your mind. So starting there is so critical. And in video 2, we talked about some really important strategies for creating community and starting a network. So if you didn't see those videos, make sure you go back and watch. There's some really great information there. And like with anything, if you want something to work, you got to put the time, energy, and work into it. That doesn't mean it needs to be hard. It just means that it's going to take something from you. It's going to take that risk of saying yes, of choosing to make the decision to move forward, to do the hard thing, whatever that hard thing is for you. And I promise it gets easier. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you well, first of all, I'm going to be giving you some really cool tools to be able to start your teaching journey, whether it be line or partner dance right away. I've got some tools for you. I'm also going to be going over just a few steps and things to keep in mind while you're starting, when you're getting started, as well as I'm going to give you a sneak peek into the back end of the actual Kickstart instructor training course, so that if it's something that you think is in alignment with what you want to do, even if it's not, even if you don't want to become an instructor and that be your full-on career, but you just find yourself teaching people all the time, or people asking all the time, or you just for yourself want to be more in the know and feel more confident in what it is that you're doing. I'm going to give you a little tour of what it would look like if you were to join the program and all the things that you get. So stay tuned for that. When I started back in 2019, all I wanted was more people to dance with. I wanted to be able to share this thing called dance that has brought me from what was the deepest depression of my life into light and love and hope and community and something to look forward to excel at, and to just incorporate into my week. But when I got started with the teaching journey part of it, I wasn't setting out to be some amazing instructor or to do like literally anything of the sort. All I wanted to do was teach. All I wanted to do was dance, and ideally dance for free, get my cover free, be waived, be able to travel across the states, travel across the world, and dance for free. And so I made a goal for myself. I had gone to this convention, and it was the first convention I'd ever known about, I'd ever gone to. And I went to this convention, and they had this competition called a choreography competition. And if you were to win, like the grand competition, like you go through all the regionals, and when you win the finals, you win a trip to go and teach in England. And I'm like, that's my goal right there. Like, I want to travel and teach for free. And longer story short, I ended up competing throughout the season. I ended up winning the nationals and teaching in Blackpool, England last summer of 2022. And it was amazing, an amazing mission accomplished. And the way that I did it was simply by sharing my passion. Now, I get it. There's other things that come to play when you're creating dances, but I didn't need to be a professional line dancer. I didn't need to know all the steps. All I did was let the music move me. And to be honest, the routine that I won with ended up being a routine that I created just for my beginner classes, just to help teach them terminology. I was like, all right, rock steps, those are important. Let's add some rock steps. Triples, we're going to triple this way, triple that way, triple this way. And it ended up being an amazing routine. I once I decided to compete it, I did play with it a little bit more. But when I was at that competition, I actually had people tell me your dance can't win. A beginning dance has never won nationals. And I'm just like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Like, if the answer is no, okay, I'm not taking the negativity that people, the negative thoughts and processes that people were putting on me, and I'm not going to receive those. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. But I'm not gonna. But I didn't win because you said I wasn't gonna win, and I ended up winning. But when I started instructing people, there were some people who felt like there were these rules that needed to be followed. I needed to climb such and such ladder. I got docked, meaning I got like someone said something very negative to me because I hadn't climbed this ladder of success in instructing. But here's the deal. I had a friend who had told me, Adia, do it your way. Don't worry about those other people. Charge what you want, decide what you want to do with it, and then just do it. And don't worry about everyone else. And it was the best advice ever. I decided to just follow my passion. I decided to invite people along on the way. And as a result, going back to my square one, I got to dance with more people. I got to dance with more people for line dancing, and I got to teach people and therefore have more dance partners when it came to partner dancing. And now I do that on a global scale, and very much on, I do it on a global scale because I teach outside of the US, but I also do it on a national scale with my own events. I'm telling you guys, I never planned this. And I didn't have it on my radar to do everything that I've done. I've just walked through the doors that have been open to me as I've chosen to follow my passion. And that's what I want for you. Your journey is going to look different than mine. It may look, it could go 100 different ways, but when you follow your passion and when you do what you love, you are creating that opportunity and that space for great things to happen with you. So I'm sorry if that was a little bit of a runaround. The point with my story, the point was that I started in a place where I just wanted more people to dance with there. And then I shared my passion, and then doors opened. And then I said, I'm not listening to the naysayers who are telling me what I can and can't do with these fake expectations and rules that didn't actually exist. They were just existed in the minds of these people. I just bypassed all that and just kept on going. And a lot of those people, well, not a lot, there's about 5 or so, I would still consider them like my naysayers, but ultimately they're my character growers because they help me continue to push through adversity and help me to grow. So one thing that I did not have when I started was any sort of roadmap, any sort of guide. I just did it on my own. I'm like, okay, there's a door, go walk through it, which is awesome. But what I have chosen to do with the Kickstart instructor training is to take my journey and put it on paper, put it on video, add resources from here, there, and everywhere so that the next person who wants to pursue it has a little bit of a roadmap. So I'll get into that in a little bit, but that's really like what this instructor training is about. It's about giving you a roadmap so that you can pursue your dream and not feel like you're just feeling your way out, feeling your way around. So I want to go ahead and share my screen with you so that I can show you, so we can kind of get through some of the stuff that we've got as part of the program. And you're going to get some of these things today. So let me go ahead and present this. All right. So 5, 6, 7, teach. Use the confident mindset with the top ways to connect and get started with these tools. And then if it's right for you, I'd love for you to take it to the next level. Okay, so the secret of getting started, or the secret, let's see, I am needing, oop. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. That is my vision board, by the way. You are looking at this in real time. That is what's happening with my vision board. All right, there we go. The secret to getting ahead is just getting started. That's what I want to share with you. And I decided to keep some of these pictures because I felt like they really painted the picture for what it was that I wanted to present to you guys. So the first step, there are several ways to get started, and there will be all of the things you will begin to pile onto a to-do list. But the number one action is really just to start. There's always going to be a ton of things that you've got to do, but making the decision to take the risk if that's what it feels like to you, and just getting started, that's where we're at. So, and that's what it takes. So let's put it all together. First of all, we got to get into the mindset. You got to know that you are capable, you are worthy, you are able. Number two, you got to start connecting with others and invite them to your lessons. Number three, use the tools from our training to help you immediately. And we're going to get into all of those. So first of all, going back to the mindset, there's lots of different mindsets that are important for getting started, but as outlined in video 1, confidence is key. Confidence is really number one, because if you don't believe in yourself that you can do it, you're going to not take the steps forward, not put one foot in front of the other. You've got to see it. You've got to visualize it. What is it that you want? Even if it's only something 1 week down the road, like I just want more people to dance with, or I just want my friends to learn this line dance that's now my new favorite line dance and I want people to do it with. It doesn't have to be a 5-year goal, y'all. You can keep it small, but you've got to know that that with the mindset of confidence, knowing that you're capable, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you will learn and continuously improve as you go, that is the key. So without that inkling of hope, at the very least, it's going to be rough and you're going to feel defeated before you even get going. And I can tell you, sitting here in front of you doing this video, there's no reason to be defeated. All you have to do is follow your passion. Your desires are there for a reason. All right. And back in video 1, I shared a tool that was really special to me. It's something I've been working on for a while as an avid journaler. In fact, right here, I've got one of my newest journals that I've got, just everything is just written, all these pages, but that is probably my 30th or more journal that I have. I created this guided journal for you guys so that you could start implementing strategies and techniques to have productive days and to build a positive mindset. So use the journal to get in the mindset that not only can you do this, but you will do this. And put a date on the calendar, like when's going to be your first lesson. You don't have to have all the details worked out. All right. You really don't. You can hold it outside at a park, in your backyard, in your garage, in your front yard, at a community center. Do you have a racquetball course, a tennis court? There's so many different ways that you can get started just right away. All right. Number 2, connect with your community. Set your intentions for the next time you go out to connect with people and invite them. Tell other people what you're doing. You've already picked the date. Now spread the word and communicate it to your community. You could do that just by word of mouth. You could create an event or a flyer like these examples, which, by the way, we actually go over how to create these flyers, how to create these Facebook events or things like that. Like during the training, we give you more insight on how to actually do it. And we actually are having, we don't have it just yet at the time of this video, but I don't know, maybe by the time you're watching it, we already will. But we have media and marketing services through Kickstart that can kind of help close the gap for you, make it a little bit easier, one less thing to think about when it comes to graphics. But Canva, which I'm on right now, is a really great resource, and you can create a lot of things. So you want to connect and share it. watch what happens when you simply put out there onto your Instagram story, who wants to learn this line dance, and do a poll. I do. The selections are I do, or not at this time, or something like that, or catch me next time. Watch how many people want to learn from you. They are excited about it because I bet you're here because you are an inspirational person, and there are already people who are watching and waiting for you to do something and take action so they can learn from you and dance with you. All right, so here's the third thing. Here's some tools to teach. So we've got confidence, connection, and tools. And as a result of being a part of this free mini series and watching this video, you are going to get access to some of these tools. So a few important tools would be, first of all, a lesson plan. Deciding what it is you're going to teach and when you're going to teach it. So what we have compiled for you is a list of the top beginning line dances and a crowd favorite list for those of you who are interested in teaching line dance. And for those of you who are interested in teaching partner, we've got 5 building blocks for country swing so that you can go out and already have your first couple lessons ready to go. With these building blocks for country swing, you will actually learn different moves that you're able to put together, and you'll learn it from a lead perspective as well as from a follow perspective. That way, if you don't have a partner to practice with or to work with, you can still learn both elements to be able to teach the next person. Trust me, you can do this. If the desire is there, you will be able to achieve this. So we'll be giving you that. Additionally, we've got sign-in sheets as a resource that we would love to give you, because part of building your community is being able to connect with them again. I don't ever do a workshop or an event without having some sort of sign-up sheet where I'm collecting email addresses, names and email addresses. And then, depending on the event, phone numbers and addresses for demographic purposes. But it's really important because people want to know where to find you next. And we know how social media can go. Sometimes you catch the thing, sometimes you don't. So it's really important to collect email addresses. That way, no matter what happens with social media, you have a way to contact the people who have been taking lessons from you, or who are interested in taking lessons from you, or just want to know where you're dancing next. You're able to give them that information. So I've got a couple tools here that our curriculum curator, Taryn from Boots on the Beach, has created. And so you'll be getting these. Just look for the link on the webpage where you're looking at this video, and you're going to have these tools for you. So you pick the date, you've shared it with others. Now it's time to practice and to be prepared, which will further boost your confidence. So what do I mean by practice and be prepared? Not only is it important to know what you're going to teach, but to actually get practice doing it. And one thing that we do during the Kickstart instructor training is we walk you through step by step how to actually teach a class. Like, do this first, do this second, set up your class this way. And even before the lesson, we give you things on what to do to kind of network and create an environment where people are excited to be in that class, and you relieve a bit of their anxiety, or you give them confidence to get out there when they weren't really planning to. They were planning on sitting on the sideline. So it's important to practice. So as a result of you being a part of this, I'm giving you the tools. It's up to you to practice so that you can kind of perfect that craft before you get out there. So we'll start with each one of the tools. First of all, for the lesson plan, decide what you want to teach. I know it's not rocket science, but it's to gain and build your confidence as an instructor. The more prepared you feel, the more confident you're going to feel. And that's something we talked about early on. Preparedness breeds confidence. All right. It nourishes confidence. So decide what you're going to teach, and then practice it. So you can choose from these top beginner line dances or crowd favorites. And in addition to this list, we actually have YouTube playlists from all these examples. So you're going to get you are going to get a special playlist specifically for this Kit JumpStart series, where we will take 5 of the most popular dances and 5 of the building blocks, and we've created tutorials for you to be able to use and learn from. During those tutorials, we also give what we call pro tips, where these are tips that each of the instructors uses when they're teaching a class. So not only are you getting the actual tutorial itself, but you will also have these little elements that are going to be infused inside the video that will give you tips that you can then share with your students. These are tips that have really helped us become up-leveled instructors, up-leveled dance CEOs of our businesses, because it's not just about the dance, it's about the experience. And that's what we want to speak into. So you're going to get the 5 line dances as well as 5 country swing building blocks. And there's lots more where those come from. We've got lots more tutorials that are a part of the instructor series. And you can also look these types of things up on Copper Knob, on YouTube. But again, I just want to take the whole of the internet and bring it into one place. So the videos that we're sharing with you were specifically curated for this course so that you could get the building blocks. We actually highlight moves on each of the videos so that you're learning how to teach the terminology of the moves and teaching that to your students, because learning the terminology is key to being a better dancer and being able to retain the dance. And then, so there's a couple other perks that our videos have that other videos may or may not have, but we're very intentional about preparing you as the instructor to be able to best serve your crowd. And then for country swing, like I said before, we are going to provide you with not only here's the move, but here's how to teach it and how it should feel from a leads perspective. Here's how to do it and how to teach it from a follows perspective. That way you can be confident no matter which role is your main role. Another one of the tools that was mentioned before was the sign-in sheet, so that you're able to build your community and connect with them again. So we will be giving you a sample sheet where you can print it out, bring it to your lessons, and already get started with collecting that information. All right, so you've got tools on how to build your mindset, on how to build your community and network. Now you will have actual dances that you can learn and teach, actual dance moves that you can learn and teach. And now you're ready. You're ready to get out there. Remember, just get started. You just got to put it on the calendar. So after this series, if you feel like this is something you want to jump more into, you want to go and dive deep into all the things that have to do with the Kickstart instructor training program and build your skill set and excel in your instructor career, then it's time to register. When the cart opens, when the enrollment for the session begins, there will only be 4 days that you get to register that are open for registration. And the reason why we do that is because we're taking a group of students from for the session, and we want to give them specialized attention. We want to make sure that everyone feels supported. Now, it's a totally self-paced course. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to share a new screen with you so that you guys, I'm going to give you a little tour behind the scenes here of the Kickstart training. Let's see, where might it be? We're going to go here. Let's see. All right. Just a moment here as I grab it. Okay, well, let's start here first. So here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes, and we're going to look at Line Dance 101 training series. You're going to see that we've got all the different lessons that you're going to learn. We talk about fundamentals of instruction. We talk about step sheets, reading step sheets, understanding dance levels, choosing dances, and why one or the other might be important for depending on the group that you're working with. We're going to talk about class structure and the process of teaching a dance. And then we've got lots of resources. And then in the Career Builder, we've got next level instruction techniques, class adjustments and dance modifications, up leveling your dancers and beyond the bar. And then for the elevator, we've got an extra set of details that'll boost your class from ordinary to extraordinary. We've got lesson series with theme planning and implementation. We've got behind the scenes, advanced instruction, overcoming adversity and challenges. And then also we've got line dance workshops and competitions. Like we'll show you how the behind the scenes of the event setup process. We're going to show you about how to implement promotion and marketing, day of coordination and logistics, as well as connection and continuation. For partner dance, these are what we've got built out for you. We've actually got two different sections. We call these modules with the Kickstart partner dance series, where you not only learn fundamentals, but also essentials. So fundamentals would be terms, rhythm, timing, learning etiquette, learning moves. And then we get into more essentials for building out the business and your classes. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into all of that. All right, let's see. I can do this. All right, hang in there with me. Okay. Sharing my screen here, and we're going to be looking at what's going on with the Kickstart training program. And I want to say that, again, it is self-paced, and this time is a really good time to get started. Right now, it is fall of 2023. We're about to head into the season of holidays, parties, gatherings. There is going to be so much opportunity to share what you're doing and how you can bring joy and love of dance to different events. You can, whether you host them yourself or you end up being booked for other gigs, that all of those are going to be in your favor. So people are looking for ways to connect right now. People are looking for opportunities to dance. People are looking for instructors to teach, and they're ready to up level. You know, I can't tell you how many weddings I've choreographed over the last few months, wedding dances. I can't tell you how many boyfriends or husbands want to surprise their wife or girlfriend with knowing how to dance. And so there's so many opportunities with the holiday season. All right, so you guys are getting a total back office tour of my actual website right now, which is not exactly what I intended to do, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and preview this page. This is my website, adiadance.com, and it's where the instructor training is hosted. You can see here at the top of the menu is the instructor training. And so you would start there. And for those of you who have access to the actual instructor training, you would be able to get into all the different parts of the program. So let's go ahead and X out there. All right, let's take a look. So I'm going to click on instructor training here. I'm so sorry that my internet is crawling right now. It's going to be just fine. All right, so when you get into the instructor training page, you've got, there will always be a news kit where I'm giving updates on what's going on in the program, what you can expect, what was new. As a kit program member, you actually get lifetime access to the programs that you've purchased. So when we have updates, we'll be making announcements about it. And then just some more information about the course. All right, so right here, we've got the line dance and the partner dance series, as you can see. And this would be what the page looks like. At the beginning, you've got the title, but you've also got to watch this first video where I give you some insight on what to expect. And it might be me or a team member who's giving this information, but kind of what to expect in this part of the series. Over here, you've got your different lessons, as well as you can get back to your instructor training overview or go and check out the new news kit updates. And then there's a map for where you are and where you're headed on all these pages. So let's just go ahead and check out Essentials and Fundamentals, Lesson 1. All right, so on these pages, you've got a couple different things to be aware of. First of all, you always have the video here, the video training. We've got these buttons that allow you to navigate to where you want to go. But most importantly, what are you learning? We've got a summary of what you're learning. Additionally, here are some tools so that you can work at a pace that feels comfortable for you. The presentation link is basically all of the slides that I go over in the video are here in a way that you can look at them at your own pace versus just when I'm going through or one of the team members is going through the video. Then you've also got a printable PDF where you can print the slides and be able to follow along. We also give you a lesson 1 workbook where we pull out the workbook pages of the presentation so that you're able to add your notes if you'd like. And then there's a quiz at the end of every lesson. And that quiz really helps you assess where you're at, where your understanding is, and it also helps us know where you're at in the program. Additionally, you've got this resources tab, which is going to be linked to all sorts of resources that are mentioned and even more that aren't mentioned or that are just that are not fully discussed. So that's about what every page looks like. You've got the video, you've got all your tools, and then of course that is for the line dance instructor training. We've got line dance 101, 201, 301, and 401. And within those, there's 4 to 6 lessons in each and every part of the series. So you're looking at 16 to 20 lessons per part of the series. So that there's just so much content that you're able to gather, and you can look at the map of what is involved to see, okay, where do I want, like, what lesson is going to be pertinent to the situation that I'm in right now. Whether it be like, I need to plan a workshop, you can go and look here on your map and you can look for planning a workshop. And then you would say, okay, it's in PD 101, lesson 3. And then you can just go straight to that lesson. So again, here's the partner dance course section. You watch it first. And then we've got the different lessons here. Additionally, we've got the know before you go, which is your building blocks. So I'll go ahead and click on the building blocks here because the other pages look the same as the line dance. But in the building blocks index, you've got all these different building blocks that you can use to teach. So techniques and fundamentals, combos, dips and leans, and then again, some buttons to help take you back to where you were. And I'll just click on this just so you guys can get an idea. So here is lesson 1, PD 101, 104. And again, you've just got all your tools to be able to help you utilize this program the best way possible for you, because it's all about your own, journey. And we're here to help you figure out how to make the most of your experience. All right, so that is that's a tour of the backstage, the back end of it. And you've come to the end of this mini series. I hope that I know you've got value. I would love to hear about the value that you got from this mini series. So I hope you will choose to leave a testimonial. And if you do, I'd love to send you a free gift. And that's going to be a theme idea list for the upcoming holidays. So because you're going to put something on the calendar, like right now, you're already looking, you probably already did. I'm going to send you a theme list where you can kind of pad those events with some additional fun. And here's the cool thing. You put it out there, and when the people come, they bring the fun to it. So you don't have to you don't have to decorate, and spend hundreds of dollars doing anything like that. You can say, we're doing a Star Wars themed Halloween party, and people are going to come in their Star Wars theme. You turn off the lights and, I would say add a disco ball. That doesn't sound right. I don't know. You get what I'm saying, though. You don't have to put so much into it. The people who will bring the fun along with it. So again, we would really, really, really love it if you gave us a little testimonial. What was one thing that stood out to you about this? What's something that you plan to implement as a result of this training series? What was one of the tools that you really appreciated? And if you post that in this Facebook group or you send us an email with your testimonial, we would love to respond with a gift. There are so many different perks that are a part of the program. And next week, during the cart open, we're going to actually get even more in detail with some of those really neat aspects of being a part of the Kickstart Instructor program, including the opportunity for apprenticeship opportunities, as well as our big Kickstart network, which is national and is the kind of thing where we're able to plug instructors into gigs and connect employers with people who they want to teach dance and all of the things. So stay tuned for that. I'll have info on that. Like, you should have it in your inbox if you don't already. And yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you for your time. And please feel free at any point to reach out, ask any questions. We're here to help. We're here to answer. And I would absolutely love to see you inside the Kickstart Instructor training for this session. And remember, you only have 4 days to enroll. So it just means you got to make a decision either way. It is open once a quarter. So if you don't get it this time, there's always the next time. You just got to wait a bit for it. All right, y'all, until I see you again soon, I hope to share a dance floor with you, and best wishes and success for everything you've got going on. Remember, your desires are there for a reason.